right, welcome back, everybody. Kids Connect is a new program for children to get involved in, to help them cope with, well, the new, whatever this is. I wouldn't call it normal by any means. But we have individuals from two organizations, the first being Mr. Jeffrey Edwards, who is the president of the Futsal Association of Trinidad and Tobago. We also have Justin Lewis, who is a TTPS constable and also the president of the Das Trace Youth Empowerment Committee. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Thank you for being with us this morning. Now, in these peculiar circumstances that we are in now, children are in some way affected differently from adults, of course, but, they need coping mechanisms and they need means by which they can deal with the situation. Now, your two organizations have come together to create this program. Tell us why.
Given the fact that, as you rightfully said, it is a situation where we have to act. And as a national sporting organization, it was very important during the COVID-19 period, which we are still in, and should talk about the start of it, for us to pivot, not only to speak to our stakeholders on the field of play, which of course we could not, but also speak to our stakeholders off the field of play. During the period in time, we continue to have what is called Futsal 868 Corner Talks, which is an online meetup series every Sunday. And we had spoken to emotional intelligence and mental health issues. And we just thought it fitting to be able to go one step further and be able to have that direct conversation targeted to children between the ages of 7 to 21. It's of note that in terms of the Caribbean, we follow the British system and the British model as regards to the psychiatric institution, which is known as the madhouse. This was brought in from 1850 to the 1900, and the model still exists today because we are now moving from national mental health institutions to now community-based, and we are struggling to find ways of being able to do that. So as a national sporting organization, teaming up with Das Trace Youth Empowerment, which is a sport and cultural organization based for youth based in Chaguanas, it was a beautiful marriage, to say the least, to be able to speak to this topic that many persons consider taboo, but interestingly enough, our youth want more. If I may add, yesterday was our very first day, and we had over 150 children in two age groups of 10 to 12 and 13 to 15. And in the 13 to 15 age group, they were asking us, when are we going to have it again? We continue the program today with the 16 to 17 age group and for the rest of the week. But it definitely shows from the mouth of the babes and sucklings, they want more.
Definitely, the fact that they are asking, when the next one is and when they can be involved, that says a lot about the program so far. And that was only the first day. I want to find out from you, Justin Lewis, from your perspective, what was it that really drew the children and the young people to the program, and, what makes them want so much more?
This partnership with the Futsal Association, I must say, is one we hold very close to our heart, as it really strengthens our goal as an NGO in the community of enterprise to provide a holistic development for at-risk youth within our community. And when this project started off last year with the first episode, the overwhelming response, it was so remarkable, and the children will keep contacting the youth, the parents, and they always wanted more because of the meaningful engagement we would have had with the wonderful facilitators. And this episode, it has been so remarkable. We have been in awe for the amount of participants and people who really wanting to see about the mental health, because we see mental health as something very important, something that we take for granted. And as the first stage in really taking care of ourselves and providing that foundation for our youth in Trinidad and Tobago.
Definitely. And, there's no health without mental health. And, the children are experiencing, struggles and issues in this time as well. Jeffrey, when it comes to the, some of the main things, the feedback you got from the children, what are some of the issues that they are facing right now and are struggling the most with?
Most importantly, getting back to the routine, a normal routine. They're dealing with resilience. Just as simple, even if they struggle in getting out of bed to go to school, it was still a routine. We found that they overslept. Their eating habits were terrible. their communication skills and interaction skills have depleted, if you want to call it that way. But more importantly, as I keep saying, we are made up of mind, body, and soul. Carrie, I know that you're a prayers old boy, so you must be aware of Mr. Hoyt and how it is we balance mind, body, and soul in that great institution called Presentation College San Fernando. And we're quite aware that if it is we neglect one, and in this case, we are neglecting the mental health and sometimes the physical aspect, we will collapse as individuals. So as a national sporting organization, it's very important, and also an NGO in that of Dashes Youth Empowerment Committee. And we encourage other stakeholders to join with us to be able to, in their neck of the woods, in their part of the vineyard, to toil with us as regards to helping with mental health and giving that opportunity to our young people. We want to say thank you very much to the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Psychologists who have been working with us to provide experienced, qualified, and dedicated psychologists and mental health workers as we continue to be able to give the best to those who participate with us.
Definitely. And speaking about participation, how can interested individuals do so? How can they contact you?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you very much. We have had an overwhelming subscription of clocking close to 600 children thus far in 5 age groups between 7 to 21. Noting that we are also going to be having 2 sessions for parents, guardians, as well as coaches, because it's very important to speak to the other side of the coin. And if you want to get in contact with us, it's simple. To find us on social media, both Dashes Youth Empowerment and also Futsal Association. Futsal Association at Futsal 868. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we have our own YouTube channel. That's Futsal 868. And you can contact myself or the WhatsApp hotline at 78sport. That's 787-7678. So yes, Carrie, we are very much into sport. That's 78sport, 787-7678, and futsaltt@gmail.com, as well as all our social media handles, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Futsal 868, as well as you could just search Dashes Youth Empowerment Committee, and you'll find their social media handles both on Facebook and also Instagram.
Wonderful. I want to thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this morning. I want to say congratulations on the program. Continue doing the great work, and we look forward to hearing back from you in due time to find out how the entire thing went this year, and what are the plans for next year in due time. So again, have a great morning and continue to be safe.
Thank you very much, and thank you for supporting us, because you were there with us for the pilot project as well. So appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, then. That number is very easy to remember, 78sport. And you can reach out to them via their social media handles, Futsal 868 or Das Trace Youth Empowerment Committee on their social media handles as well. And you can get in touch and participate in this great program that they have planned for the youth. For now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we have still a little more here on the Now Morning Show.
Them can't take my joy. Them can't take my